His or her entire stay on earth, whether long or short, happy or tragic, glorious or shameful. You and I tend to look at the two dates, the beginning and the end, but the real story is in the hyphen. The hyphen represents the trail of someone's life. If you are in relationship with Jesus Christ, you are somewhere on that trail. You're moving along that hyphen. You may just be starting out, or perhaps you're in your 20s and just launching a career. Or maybe you're in your 30s with an armful of kids and a mortgage that won't go away. Perhaps you're in the midlife stage of the journey and trying to figure out what you should do in the second half of life. Or maybe like me, you are shocked and appalled to realize that you're 50. 50. I can remember my grandfather being 50, and man, he was old. Or maybe you've already sailed on past that mid-century mark and are heading into your 60s with thoughts of retirement rolling around in your head. Then again, you might be in your 70s or 80s and already retired. Now, what do all these men at different stages have in common? Well, they're all on the trail. Some of them have just stepped onto the trail, others are at the halfway point, some of the finish line in sight. Nonetheless, they're on the trail. In Psalm 71, King David stops for a few minutes to reflect on the years of his life. He talks about his old age, and then he looks back over the many miles behind him. Picture a lone hiker on a winding mountain path as dusk approaches. He's been walking a long time, one foot after another, making switchback after switchback as he climbs the steep grade. Finally, coming to a wide place in the trail, he shrugs off the pack from his weary shoulders and sits down on a broad, flat rock, still warm from the afternoon sun. Looking out over the vista below, he takes note of the winding trail he has just traversed, a crinkled gray ribbon in the gathering twilight. Though the path is long, the mountain air is crystal clear, and the hiker can see a great distance. All the way back to his youth. That's how far he can see. If you read David's words carefully, you'll note that every trail has three parts: the past, the present, and the future. O Lord God, David writes, you are my confidence from my youth. By you I have been sustained from my birth. You are he who took me from my mother's womb. I have become a marvel to many. Do not cast me off in the time of old age. Do not forsake me when my strength fails. And even when I am old and gray, O God, do not forsake me. You who have shown me many troubles and distresses will revive me again. That's Psalm 71. And what David is doing there is he's looking over his back trail, and he sees all the marks of the goodness and care of God all along that trail. From the time he was a boy shepherding his dad's flock, he has seen God intervene for him time and time again. As he looks back over the past, it's very apparent that God has sustained him, and the old king's heart wells with gratitude. Now in the present, he has become a marvel to many. He's not a kid anymore. He's a full-fledged adult male who has tremendous responsibility. He's not responsible just for a bunch of sheep anymore. Now he's the king of Israel. David must have shaken his head with wonder as he thought about it. From shepherd to a king. What a wild ride it had been. Now responsibility sits fully on his shoulders. He's aware that life is rushing by. He's not playing Little League anymore. He's got grandkids doing that. He's way on the other side of midlife. So he looks to his future on the trail. And what does he see? Well, he sees old age. It has already crept up on him. He doesn't have the hand-eye coordination he used to have. The energy doesn't surge the way it used to. Like it or not, he's coming to the end of his trail. And he humbly asks God to be as faithful to him at the end of the trail as he was at the beginning. As with David, you and I are going to have all kinds of challenges and experiences along the trail. There will be places of great danger as well as vistas of beauty and grandeur. There will be long, monotonous miles. Other stretches will keep us on our tiptoes with anticipation. There will be valleys of challenge and crisis that threaten our very existence. Let's face it, we've never been down this trail before. We don't have a clue what's around the next bend. We might hazard a guess or work the odds a little and come up with a pretty good scenario, but for all of our figuring and analyzing, we could miss the mark by a country mile. James the Apostle put it bluntly, you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. You are just a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away.